Alrighty. Let's go ahead and press play wherever you like in the EPH 8-week Restore playlist. I'm just going to start from the top because I haven't done that in a while. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. I love this song. Let's start standing at the backs of our mats. Just finding ourselves being grounded into the feet, the whole feet. Drawing your shoulders up towards your ears on your inhale. Exhale, drawing them back down along the back body. 2 more like this. Last one. Open up through that chest. Keep those shoulders open and towards the back body. Flip those palms so they're facing out. Gently flutter your eyes closed and find a nice tall tree pose here. Grounding into not just the heel of the feet, not just the toe pad, but the entirety of the feet from side to side, front to back. Is your weight distributed on the inside or on the outside of the foot? Feel the shift take place when you adjust how you are actually pressing into your feet. Breathe here. This beautiful, welcoming, opening pose. On your next inhale, start to draw your chin towards your chest and over to one side. Exhale, back and around. Going as slowly as you need to be able to identify what you're feeling in the muscles in the neck and the muscles that connect to those neck muscles in the front of the body and the back of the body. Find one of those spots that's a little bit sticky. Pause there. Go ahead and just breathe into it. See if you can release that muscle slightly. And then let's go ahead and finish that rotation, reversing when you've completed it. And noticing if there are any sticky spots that come out as you rotate your neck in this direction. Go ahead and find one. And when you're there, pause and breathe into it. On your exhales, your shoulders sinking a little bit further away from the ears. Go ahead and finish that rotation and lift your neck up towards center. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, draw your elbows out wide, opening up that chest. Inhale, just the right hand up, side bend over to the left. Exhale, come back through center, pick up the other arm, open up that chest again, baby back bend. Inhale, just the left arm up, side bend over to the right. Exhale, back through center, other arm comes back up, baby back bend. Inhale, both hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take a nice, slow and intentional roll down. Hands coming down towards the ground. Yeah. Inhale, lift it up. Reversing the articulation of the spine. Arms overhead. Exhale one more time, roll it down. Hands come down towards the mat. Good. Inhale, walk your hands out with 3 giant steps. And then exhale, push your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here, push into all 10 fingers. Good. Take any movement in the legs that you need that feels good. Just stretch out the backs of those calves, the back of those hamstrings, and get a full spinal extension in this position. Exhale all that air out. Inhale, transition to a plank, hinging forward. And then exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Do this a couple of times. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale back, feeling the mobility in the shoulders increase each time you lever yourself forward. And then push yourself back. Stay in downward facing dog now. Place your weight in your left foot and then lift up through your right foot back behind you. Inhale. Exhale as you draw that right knee into your chest as you come into plank. Exhale, lift it back up and back. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, lift it up. This time, inhale, bring that knee to chest and then sweep that leg through and plant that foot down. Lift yourself up into warrior one, so you're lifting up through the chest. Good. And then go ahead, bend that back knee down and uncurl those toes, bringing your arms down, walking that front foot forward slightly. This is where you might want a pillow or a block underneath the knee that's down. Hands come to your right thigh. Square your hips forward, and then bend into that front knee, tucking that tail, getting a stretch here in the hip flexor. Bob, I can't see you because Molly's literally in the camera. Exhale, return. Okay. You let me know if you have any questions, okay? Inhale, come forward. Love that. Exhale, back. Last one here. Inhale, reach. Let your right forearm rest on your right thigh and lift your left arm up and over to get a little bit of an extra stretch here. Exhale, come back. Straighten that front leg now and bend, hinge back and bend more into that back knee, bringing your hands down to the mat and lifting up through the toes of that front foot. So we're flexing through that front foot. Yeah, and getting a nice stretch here along the back of the front leg. Inhale as you transition back and hinge forward. Exhale as you push back and lift up through that front foot. Couple more times. Good, last one here. Good. When you are in the position where that front foot is flexed and lifted, plant your left hand down on the ground, either on the palm or on the fingers, and lift up through the right hand, twisting open on the right. Getting a little twist here, looking up towards that right hand. Keep breathing. Good. Inhale, coming down, walking those hands forward. Move the right foot out to the side now, out to the side of the mat. Both hands are now on the inside of that front foot. And go ahead and just push forward through the chest. Get a little deeper stretch here. If this is too intense for anyone with those hip flexors, you can put that block or pillow underneath that back knee. That'll help to reduce any pressure or stress there. But we're also now opening up on the inside of that right leg. Good. Curl the toes of the foot back behind the back foot, lift up. Okay, so you're kind of in like an awkward plank position, and then step that front foot back to our plank position. Now we're in a full plank. Inhale. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Once again, pedal out those feet while we're here. And then on your next inhale, hinge forward to a plank. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here. On your inhale, lift your left leg to the ceiling. Exhale as you draw the left knee to your chest, hinging forward with the body. Inhale, leg to ceiling. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, toes towards the ceiling. This time, exhale, drawing that knee to chest and then planting that foot down. Inhale, lifting up to warrior one pose, and then dropping that back knee down on the ground, uncurl those toes. You might need to walk that front leg forward slightly. Your hips are squared, your tail is tucked. Woo. Inhale as you bend into that front knee. Exhale, come on back. Good. A couple more times here. Last one. Good. Come forward into that knee. Plant your left forearm onto your left thigh. Inhale up and over through the right arm. Go ahead, come out of that. Start to send your hips back, bending into that back knee. Hands come down towards the mat and lift up through those front toes. And breathe here, getting a nice stretch in the back of that front leg. Relaxing those toes. Good. Inhale as you come forward, and then exhale as you push it back. Inhale forward. Exhale, push. Good. Two more like this. Last one. Good. Bring that leg forward now. Walk that foot to the outside of the mat. Hands come inside, and then drop that front hip forward to a point where you feel a stretch, but not discomfort. And let that front knee kind of go outside. Lift up through the chest. Good. Curl those back toes under, lift up through that back leg. Send that front foot back, so we're back into our plank position. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, push it back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. And then on your next exhale, drop your knees wide, uncurl your toes, and push back into a child's pose. Breathe into the back body. On your next inhale, lift up and extend your spine long, lifting through the chest, pushing those hips forward. Exhale, round to the spine and come back into child's pose. Inhale, lift and bring that body forward. Exhale, pushing it back. A few more here. Good, last one. We'll meet in child's pose. Gives you a little bend in your elbows. On your next inhale, lift up through the left leg and open up through that left side. So your right hand is down, your left arm is lifted. You're kind of in like this like weird, kind of open, twisted position. Exhale, lower down. Two more. Inhale, lift and rotate open. Exhale, lower. Try and keep those hips from moving, trying to really isolate in the torso as we open up. And lower down. Other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. You might find that you have greater range of motion, greater openness on one side than the other. That's totally normal. Draw your attention to it as you try to mobilize the upper part of the spine and shoulder girdle. And then bring it down to the mat. Inhale, come up to all fours. Adjust your knees so that they're in line with your hips, and then walk your wrists back a little bit. Lift up through your right hand. Exhale as you weave it underneath the left, bringing your right ear down to the mat. On your next inhale, coming back up, planting that hand down, lifting up through your left hand. Exhale, weaving it underneath the right, and bringing your left ear down to the mat. Good. Inhale as you come up. This time, lift up through your right leg and bring your right shin in front of you. So swing that right leg through just underneath your hands, and then sort of slide back through that back leg and extend it long, coming into pigeon. If this is too intense, you can always put something underneath that back leg, or you can modify this by doing it on a chair. If you need a little bit more intensity, you can come down onto the forearms or all the way down to the mat. You want to make sure that that back leg is straight behind you and your front shin is going across the body. And just take a few breaths here as we stretch out that glute. Figure 4 would be an alternative here as well, if anyone finds this position difficult. Good. If you are down on your forearms, slowly walk yourself up to an upright position. Curl the back toes, okay, so our hands are fully on the ground. Push up through the shoulders and then send that front leg back. Switch it up, bringing that back leg forward, and then extending that back leg long, uncurling those toes, and finding whatever position works for you. Either staying here with chest lifted, or lowering down to your forearms, or if you are modifying further because this isn't available to you, maybe you're doing a figure 4 modification on a chair. Anything to help you feel a stretch in that glute of the leg that's in front of us, the leg that's crossed. If you are down on the forearms or the mat, inhale as you walk yourself back up to a lifted chest position. Curl those toes underneath you, push through those arms, and extend that other leg long so you're in that plank position. Go ahead, drop your heels to one side as if we're going to do a side plank, and then sit on down. Because we're not going to do a side plank, this is restore, right? I guess that doesn't always matter, but what we are going to do is stretch out that side body. So you're going to keep that lower leg long in front of you. Back leg is bent, knees pointing up. Top hand comes on top of the knee. Other hand is behind you. We're going to inhale as we push up through the hips and lift up overhead. So it's like, it's not side plank, but it's still, it's a beautiful stretch position. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale left. Good. Exhale lower. One more here. Inhale left. Really pushing those hips up towards the sky. Exhale as you rotate that chest down towards the mat, getting a little bit of a twist in the torso. Inhale, come out of that rotation, and then exhale, lower down. Good. Go ahead and swing those legs around. This is the same thing on this side. So front leg is long on the mat, hand is on, far arm is on the mat, other leg is bent behind that front leg, and we inhale as we lift up and overhead. Exhale, lower with control. Good. Inhale left. Exhale lower. This time inhale left. Hold here, keeping the foot position. Exhale as you just slightly rotate through that torso, looking towards the mat. Bring that top arm forward slightly. Inhale, come out of rotation. Exhale, lower with control. Good. Bring one shin in front of you, one shin behind, or one shin behind you. Hold on to the shin, other arm comes out long. I'm going to inhale as we reach up and over. Exhale, go ahead, plant that arm down on the mat and get a nice long extension on this side. Inhale, lift up and over one side. Exhale, coming down and extending long. Good, last one. Inhale, up and over. Add a twist here. Exhale, rotate through that torso, look down towards that mat. Inhale, come out of that twist. Exhale, let's go ahead and take one final long side body stretch here. Good, and then come on up. Switch legs, so opposite shin across, opposite toes behind. Hold on to that shin, other arm comes out long. Inhale, flexing that torso, lift over. Exhale, come down towards the mat and give yourself a nice long side bend. Inhale as you come up and reach overhead. Ooh, yeah. Exhale, come down and reach. Last one. Inhale, come up and over. Let's add a twist. Exhale, rotate in the torso. Wow, I needed that on that side. Inhale, come out of rotation. And then exhale, come back. One final long side stretch here. Good. Come on up. Bring both legs in front of you now. Take those fingers, swing yourself forward, and plant those hands down, extending your legs long. Uncross them and come into a forward fold. Grab opposite elbows with opposite hands. Shake your head yes, and shake your head no. Bring your hands down to the ground. Exhale all your air out. On your inhale, start to roll all the way up. And we are all set.